So we're recording here. I just want to just quickly go over what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. This is Clipchamp. This is a free web recording application. All right. And it does the job. You can record your own videos, your own screens. You just have to sort of get organized, right? Like here, I'm going to be talking about some Azure stuff in my videos. Um, farm beats, API management, certificates, security. It's going to go deep, really deep. It's more for people who already know, who already have an account, right? They know how to create resources, right? They're looking for integration. So they would probably want to do some sort of API management and create something like this. You can create a new one in Switzerland. I wouldn't recommend that though. Okay. The reason is that most of the stuff is in America for the stuff. So if you type in the US here, and I can go on the East Coast, so I'm just going to do this one. Okay. And East USA. So that I'm going to make a resource group. Okay. And I'm going to create a new one, and I'm going to call it, and I'm going to prefix it, okay, with my kind of initials or something, whatever. I'm going to always do everything like this. Now, what's probably better is, say I do it like this. So that's for Kennel. That's my last name. And then I say this is a department, okay, maybe, or the corporation, or something. So maybe I just give it a 1, or my favorite number, 9, okay. So, or I could give it a letter, so the A's is the KA, but this is important now, okay, this little naming convention. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it L for lab, okay. So this is a resource group I'm making, and all my resources in this group are going to be basically under that name because this is my lab. Now I could do this as a D for cat, and it's the AKA, whatever. I could even do it differently. I could do it like AK. So you need to figure this out, but you want a 3-letter prefix. I'm telling you. Now the resource group. This is a resource group, and that is kind of a normal thing for resource groups, but he's asking for a resource group here. This is not the API management service, it's a resource group I'm making here, right? So blah, 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 he's sticking that in because I've already got that resource group, but I'm making a brand new one for this thing that I'm doing. So this is the resource group, holds all the related resource for this solution. So this is a resource group for what solution? What are we doing here? Okay, this is for all. Okay, this is the development resource group for the APIM. Okay, so I can even do capital letters. It might work, and I give it a number. Okay, now you can go like a V, or you can just go like 1 or whatever. So I'm just going to go V1. I like the V1s, and I take out that 0 there. That's not what I wanted. And this is another thing. This is what we call 4 fragments. Okay. Now, I could make this like this, okay? And maybe like that better. Now, that's a 2 fragment. And then I could go like this and go 0, and then maybe like this, 1. This looks pretty shitty, to be honest with you, okay? So really all I want is something like this. It's the version 1 for dev, okay? Like this is my name. This is the resource group for APIM. Well, it's a resource group, right? For APIM, is it? Let's call it the API. Okay. API. Okay. The resource group. So maybe he allows me to call it demo API. This will look a lot better, I'm telling you. Okay. And it's that one, it's the developer. So let's go with that. Now, resource name. This is the name of the API management service. So this is the APIM. It's the version 1. Now, what do we want to do? We want the AKD again, right? What is this? This is API management. It's the APIM. That's like that part, and the demo is API. Well, we can go just like that. But I always like to have a version 1. Now, this naming convention, we're going to talk about that later, but that's good enough for now. That's the API version 1. It's this. Now, we could go demos 1, right? And we could copy that name, but you can't copy it now. Demo appies. Of course, it's apps APIM, right? You just repeat yourself. So, you could put the underscore in here. You want like that. You see that? He don't like the underscore. No underscores. So what you're going to find is underscores not good. Camel case sometimes works. Capital letters, whatever you want. But this is actually no good. It's no good. You want everything small letters. Everything. Always. No capital letters. No dots. You can, even though you can put them in. It's the only thing you can do. So this is the format now. Here. Are you ready? And then, now, this is the workload. This is the process. Now, the workload is the API. Okay. API workload process. Let's go. 01 process. 01 version. E1. Okay. And this is workload. So just APIs. And remember I said about that? None of that. So API. That's where I'm making V1. So let's copy that right now. So we can put that in here. Now, this is taken out. It is the APIM, right? We're trying to keep these short. And you see this guy here? Let's go to a new one. Select existing. And we say create new. And see that little tip? How that helped us save our ass? Now, you see it's a 4 frag. So what's that again? Workload and process. Okay. So doing 4 frags workload. This is the demo. Okay. Demos. Okay. Or playground. Or sandbox. Something that's a work process. This is a sandbox, right? And we're going to give it a V1. And this is under that. It's a V1 here. And this one I can't change anymore. So now here again, I can copy that. What I like to do, folks, is I have a little thing called the notepad. I also use paint quite often. It's quite good. So I like to put these things in here, but that's what we're going to go with for now. So let's just see how this works out. Enter the organizational name. So I'm going to say Evolution. You just make this stuff up. Don't matter. Minister's email. Well, that's kind of important. So I'm going to put my favorite. I'm going to call it, the SAP specialist. Specialist. Okay, I don't mark this up at Gmail. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy some of this stuff over to my little notepad, okay? Because I don't want this later. See that? So I mean, Control Z that thing doesn't. Okay, just call it specialist because it's a different email. I like it. So now you'll notice there's all this stuff up here. So I'm gonna go the tags here, and there's no tags in here, if you'll notice. So this is going to be called a demo, okay? And that's going to be the name of the tag. And we're going to be real stupid and we're just going to call it demo, okay? And it's the API Management Service Resource. Now, you can do monitor application insights and check that. That's a great idea. Okay, you can do that later too. Skill units are not supported for the developer, right? And status, system assigned identity, enable system assigned identity to grant the resource access to other. Now, this is going to be important later, okay? Now, virtual networks. I'm not going to use any, but typically you're going to be using some private endpoints or virtual networks, probably a virtual network you're going to create. And then whatever for your on-premise stuff. So let's talk about cipher suites and client-side protocols and all that stuff. No, let's not. Just forget it. You're just going to buzz through that. And this is the key here. So you could just review this now. And it says here, by clicking create, I agree. Now, this is the key. Look this over. It's disabled. Insights, it's not enabled. Identity type none, blah, 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 okay, and all that stuff. That's great. You can go create. That's all there is to it, folks. Okay, so we're going to create it. And the beauty is that's going to create, it's going to take about 45 minutes. It really does. It looks like it's going fast, but this is the point you want to be at. If you didn't get to this point immediately, then you're nowhere, okay? And you probably got some proxy issue. Don't worry about the numbers up here. What I like to do is pin it on my dashboard, right? So he's pinned it with that name. We'll probably repin later. You can copy names, you can look at your inputs. This is what we put in, if you recall. Now, this is important here. So I'm just going to go back to my thing here, and I just want to mention that to you guys. And everybody goes like, why is this important? Well, I'll tell you why it's important, because all your demos, if you go here on the quick start center, and you can start now going into this, get more free account stuff, and you start at 30 architecture solutions. Okay, this is how you do it. I'm telling you, you can go into here and all resources, and you can create any resource you want. Okay, this is the beast, man. If you got an integration here, right, you could make function apps up. This is the one we just did. There's the docs on it. Okay, so that's where we should be looking at it, going through this. This is a monster thing, okay? Like, you guys got no idea. The documentation on this, what is API management? That's where you're going to start. Scenarios, right? Look at this. Connected experiences, everything goes through the API of data services. I mean, data and services. Like, what are you looking for? APIs enable digital experience, simplify applications, underpin new digitals, and make data and services reuse universally accessible. Do you guys have any idea how important this piece of equipment is right here? This is the Bobcat, okay? This is the guy, this is the wheelbarrow and shovel, shopping cart, everything. All APIs on devices, okay? Developer portal. Good luck trying to get that working in a corporate environment, okay? You don't need it. You can do this all with Postman. But this is probably the most important thing. This is tough stuff, okay, guys and girls. Tough stuff. And we're going to go through it. All the requests from client applications first reach the API gateway, which then forwards them to the respective backends. The API gateway acts as a facade to the back-end services, allowing API providers to abstract API implementations and evolve back-end architecture without impacting API consumers. The gateway enables consistent configuration of routing, security, throttling, caching, and observability. Especially, I like that word, the gateway, okay, acts as a facade. We just mentioned that. by accepting API calls and routing them to the appropriate backends. This is so key. Talking about keys, verifies API keys and other credentials. This is JWT tokens and certificates. Look at the links in here. Presented with requests. So when you make a request, you're going to have a token. Enforces the usage quotas and rate limits. So you can, like, some guy's abusing it, you can say, hey, only like 2 requests per minute or something. Optionally transform requests and as specified in policy statements. Policy statements, yeah. Yeah, this is what it's about, folks. Stuff like that. If configured, catch responses to improve the latency and minimize load on the back-end services, emit logs, metrics, monitoring, and self-hosting gateways. Now, I want to be clear about this. This is very important stuff, okay? We're not going to get into this right now. This is the developer portal suite stuff, if we can get that working. Power Platform. App developers use the open source developer portal to discover the APIs. App developers. We're here making stuff for app developers. We're the coolest of the coolest. And we're doing that with the API management. Okay. So I think that was probably more than too much for everybody today. We are going to do more later. This was just an intro. I wanted to get you started with the champ, and I hope this was successful for everybody. Let's hope we meet again on the YouTube channel.